Do you want change? Yes? No. If no, boom, this video is not for you. Scoot your way on out. No, goodbye. Yes, you want change? Listen, this one behavior change is going to be your biggest fat loss hack. This is something that nobody talks about. We don't hear enough about this. We do hear a little bit about not needing to feel motivated, but this one thing is something that we're not talking enough about. In my training for coaching, we were taught 3 things. When we assess a client, we want to make sure that they're ready, willing, and able. Those 3 things are very important. I'm scratching one of those off the list because I'm a rebel like that. I don't play by the books. We have to be willing, right? You have to be willing to make change or you're just not going to do it. So assess that for yourself. Are you willing to make a change? Yes or no? If yes, all right, we can work with that. Able, are you able to make change? Are you capable? That's a yes for most people. But are you ready? That's the big thing. And that's the one that I'm scratching off the list. I don't care if you're ready, and you shouldn't care if you're ready. Let me explain. Many times we wait to feel ready because we want to get done with this big project at work, or we want to wait for the kids to graduate school this May, or wait till after our vacation that we're going to be taking, or wait until after the holidays, or you know what, our summers are a little bit busy. I need to wait until after the summer. Stop waiting until you think you're going to be ready because that perfect moment is never going to happen. This is something that we just need to wipe off the counter. We do not need to feel ready to start. Do you want change? Yes? No. If no, boom, this video is not for you. Scoot your way on out. No, goodbye. Yes, you want change? Listen, that's all you need is your answer of yes, I want change. When we practice starting, before we feel ready, you train yourself to feel ready. It is like motivation. If you do something when you feel motivated, yeah, great. It's great when we can all do something when we feel motivated. That's awesome. And it's kind of easy. But that doesn't help us for when we don't feel motivated. If you don't feel motivated, that's when you should be starting because you need to learn how to do the action steps when you don't feel motivated, not when you do feel motivated. And it's the same thing with being ready. You need to know how to start and keep going when your life is the craziest. Because if you can do it when everything is calm and ready, you're probably not going to get very far and you're not going to sustain your results. You've got to start when you don't feel ready. You've got to start when your life is chaos because that, if you can function and learn in chaos, then you're going to go far. I saw a quote yesterday on my media and it just resonated with me, and that is what inspired me to do this video. Not being ready and doing it anyway will get you far. You can replace the word ready also with motivation. Not feeling motivated but doing it anyway will get you far. They go hand in hand. Same concept. Readiness is not a prerequisite for change. A lot of times what can hold us back is our fear of failure based on past experiences. We have this idea that we need to be perfect, or we get into this all or none experience or thought process. We tend to get overwhelmed. All of these things are what pull us away from feeling ready. And they will always sit and resonate in our minds and be chitter-chattering in our heads, pulling you away from feeling ready. But when we wait to feel ready, we're losing time. You might wait months, you might wait years to feel ready. I've watched people wait over 6 months to feel ready when I've got clients for 6 months that have dropped significant weight. Stop waiting right now. Start now. This is your time. When we base things off of failure, because maybe we have felt that we've failed in the past, we have a lower self-trust because what we're thinking is, well, I tried this before and it didn't work. I specifically have a client who started with me. She took her start photos. She's not happy with her start photos because right now she's about 80 pounds down from her start photos. And she wasn't very serious when she took her start photos. And she wished that she would have been serious about getting better photos. But she was honest with me and said when she took those photos, she just assumed this was just going to be another failed attempt. And now she wishes she was more serious about those photos, because when she puts that side by side with her current photo, there's incredible change. But she had low self-trust in herself when she started because she had many failed attempts. But with the right guidance and the right mindset, you're not going to fail. You can't fail. The only way to fail is to give up. As long as you continue to try, you will continue to win. That doesn't mean without mistake. Let me be clear in saying we are going to make mistakes. I've made plenty of them in my journey. We are going to have times where we don't feel motivated. I get that. From January 2025 to January 2026, I didn't feel motivated. Like maybe 3 days that whole year, I felt motivated. I didn't feel motivated to track my food. I didn't feel motivated to go to the gym. But had I acted on a motivation, I would probably be in a very different place right now. But I functioned on discipline. And when we start, when we don't feel ready, we're already starting to build what that looks like for ourselves. We're starting to build discipline and action. So when you're not starting because you don't feel ready, you're reinforcing inaction. Just because you start, this does not equate to a full transformation. This does not equate to doing a 180 with your life. What we want to do is take one small actionable step, That's it. And build on it. Even if you start at 5% effort, 10%, 20%, 30%, it's still effort and it's still a forward direction. And it's still greater than 0%. So if you're not feeling ready, you're viewing a change as thinking you need to do a whole bunch of things at one time. And that's not true. What is going to be your small actionable step? Put it in the comments so that you can inspire other people. This might be a 5-minute walk after your meals. Maybe it's trying to get 25 grams of protein with your breakfast. Maybe it's learning how to track one meal. Maybe it's adding 20 ounces of water into your day. It does not need to be the full gamut of all things. Just start and start small. Maybe this week you do 25 grams of protein with breakfast. You do it next week and you're like, okay, I've got the hang of this. You know what? Maybe I can add this to my lunch and get 25 grams of protein with lunch. That would be amazing. But you can see how one little thing can add up to be a little bit bigger. Maybe your 5-minute walk turns into a 10-minute walk. Maybe your 20 ounces of water turns into 25 ounces. You don't need to be at 100%. Just find something, 10% to 40%. Oftentimes when we want to feel motivated or we want to feel ready, we think we need to be ready for 100%. Some people can do that, but very few, okay? Most people need to start maybe at that 30 to 40%. Assess, is it feeling too much? Do I need to scale back? Do I need to add more? You get to determine that for your journey. I remember when I started my journey, I didn't necessarily feel ready. I wanted change. I knew that. I wanted change, but financially I wasn't ready. I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I had a lot of stress, and I didn't think that I was going to be able to do it, but I decided to do it anyway. And I am so glad I made that decision. I made many mistakes along the way, but the one thing that I never did is give up. It was a complete mindset shift, because every time I had tried to do something in the past, if it wasn't going perfectly, I gave up. Or if I didn't see the scale budge, I gave up. And when I learned how to change my mindset and I had accountability and guidance, my life changed. This is why I have created my coaching platform. There are coaches out there that charge thousands a month. several $100s a month. And I get it. I get it, because we all want to be paid for what we feel that we're worth. But in my experience, I also understand that there's people out there that need guidance and need accountability and need that help, and they're not receiving it because coaching is being outpriced. So I created my platform so that you can receive coaching for $20 a month. That's insane. What I offer to my clients as a coach is far beyond what I've ever experienced. I've had very high-end coaches, I've had middle-of-the-road coaches, and not one of them offers what I offer to my clients. So in my community, you find the group support. You also get one-on-one help from me. You get meal templates, you get workouts, you get motivational posts, you get educational posts. We do live Q&As, we do challenges. I'd like to invite you in, should you feel like you're wanting change. Not if you feel ready or not, but if you want change, now is your time. Do it right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, because we're not waiting to feel ready for something. We're taking action right now. You're not broken. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to know that you want change. Start messy, start imperfect, just start.